My name is Steve Salinas. I'm the head of product marketing here at Stellar Cyber. Joining me today is Michael Crean, the Senior Vice President of Managed Security Services at SonicWall, formerly known as Solutions Grant. Everyone is always concerned with ransomware, which obviously they should be. It's completely devastating when you do get hit by it. But what are you seeing in regards to ransomware today?
So our threat research team is actually seeing that ransomware numbers in North America are declining. I think there's a lot of reasons behind that. One of the reasons is that the community is getting smarter. They're getting better with their people. They're getting better with their processes. And the technology out there to help defend against ransomware is becoming much more efficient and faster acting. So I think that's one thing that's contributing to it. But I think really the other side of this is that the threat actors what are they trying to do? They're trying to get money out of us. One way or another, they're trying to do some illegal, nefarious action to get free money, if you will. I mean, they're working for it, but they're not working for it in a legitimate sense. But because of what we've seen with the Colonial Pipeline, and we've seen some of these larger compromises that took place, and then you've seen our government, you've seen Interpol, you've seen other world governments kind of either banding together or independently going after some of these threat actors and taking action against them. And so what that meant is they've hit somebody's radar. And now you've become the target of opportunity, and it's not you just targeting somebody else. So as a bad guy, as a criminal, well, what are you going to do? Well, I don't want to stop getting the money, so I got to find another way to do it. One of the things that we're seeing is cryptojacking, the crypto mining capability and so we're seeing that is just absolutely exploding right now. And it's a hard thing to detect. I mean, think about it. Somebody's gotten a foothold into your system, or they found a way in, and they've turned your computer into their crypto mining bot. And so now it's not really destroying the machine. It's not destroying the data. It's not doing anything that hurts the machine other than taking valuable resources. And man, it's a hard thing to detect. And it drives people crazy. It's kind of like, hey, I know I've got that squeak that's coming out of the back of my car, but man, for the life of me, I can't figure out where it's coming from. I don't know why it's doing it. Your machine's running slow. It's not performing optimally. You know that you're taking longer to get to sites on the internet than it normally took. And you're doing all of the normal things. Let me turn it off and turn it on again. That's what we should, I don't know if that's what we should all do, but it's definitely what we've been trained to do. And just trying to figure this out. And so I think we built a better mousetrap, and the mouse has gotten smarter. And so now we have to continue to evolve with them to make sure that we're getting ahead of this style of attack. Because again, it's not devastating like ransomware, but it can certainly be as costly, if not more, when you think about the lost productivity that comes behind it.
Well, yeah, it's an interesting type of attack because it's not like you say, it's not stealing data, but it's stealing resources.
Yeah.
Getting those free resources, and especially if you're using a cloud environment, you might get that bill and just like, whoa, what happened? Right? It can kind of be invisible to them. So that's interesting for sure. So how can you help? How can your company and your services kind of help? Is that something that you guys can help detect, or is that like
Yeah,
how
I mean,
does someone protect themselves against something like that?
well, I think, anytime that you have a good MDR service that's backed with a true live hands on the keyboard, eyes on the glass SOC, and they've got those threat hunters and they're looking for those suspicious or malicious behaviors, looking for those processes that are spinning up, that are really unexplainable. It's like, wait, why do I have this process that is starting? And even looking for it, in a lot of them, what we're seeing is they're doing it really creatively and they're doing it on off hours. I mean, like if you want to rob somebody's house, do you do it in the middle of the day when they're home? Or do you do it when they've gone out or they've put it on social media and they've said, hey, I'm going to, Japan for a week, or I'm going to, the Carolinas, or whatever it may be. But as businesses, we advertise that to people all the time. Our business hours are. Well, they're not shutting their computers down. So looking for those additional processes that are taking place in off hours, looking for the system resources that are doing things when at reality, that should be the low use of what's taking place. Looking for bandwidth utilization that's taking place. If you're monitoring the firewall with the SOC and you're getting those logs and you're seeing this spike in bandwidth that's happening in the middle of the night when nobody is there. those are really great indicators that there's something going on, that this compromise is starting to happen, and you need to take a look and you need to investigate it and get into it a little bit quicker.
Yeah, that makes total sense. Makes total sense. Well, something else we're seeing, Michael, is right now, especially with economic uncertainty and organizations looking where they might be able to reallocate budgets. A lot of security teams and security leaders are kind of thinking, well, maybe now's the time I should look at maybe outsourcing some or all of my security services. What sort of tips or recommendations would you give someone in that type of position right now? What would you tell them?
So I think, first of all, I mean, and we've known this for a while. It isn't just now, but we've seen the job shortages and just not enough people to fill all these cybersecurity jobs that are happening out there. And even when you do get this great and amazing talent that you can afford, some behemoth of a company comes in and doubles their salary and steals them away because they're looking for those same resources that everybody's looking for. There's a couple paths to the top of the mountain here. Well, one, you could build out your security team. Super expensive, takes a long time, and highly volatile because if these people are great, somebody's probably going to be able to pay them more than what you're willing to pay them. So to build it may not be the right way. You could go buy it. Like you could go buy a security team and kind of own them that's already pre-existing. I think the better way of doing this is partnering with somebody. Finding a MSSP, finding a master managed security services provider, somebody who's got the resources that, one, maybe they'll partner with you in a way like we partner in a cost per seat per month with no annual commits and no minimums, making it easy on them as the buyer and the consumer and as the person. But just remember that when you're doing this outsourcing, you can't absolve yourself of your responsibilities. You can't say that, okay, well, I've partnered with somebody and now it's all on them, because you still have a responsibility. This is a team effort. You still have to do all the things. You still got to do the patch management. You still got to make sure that you're taking away your users, customers, whatever admin rights away from the machine. You got to make sure that you're using MFA. You got to make sure that you've enabled conditional access. So all of the things that you needed to do in those functional pieces to harden the security still need to be done. And what that will actually do is it'll make the MSSP or the SOC's job a whole lot easier because you'll be getting rid of some of the noise that's taking place. And instead of going through 800 pounds of stuff, maybe you only have to go through 600 pounds of stuff and you can get to something that's happening that's really important that you can make actionable quicker. Team effort. That's what I think. So if you're going to partner, make sure you're a part of the team, make sure you're part of the success, and don't just think you get to do I'm good, I'm done, it's on you, I don't have to worry about it anymore. Because at the end of the day, it's still your responsibility.
So as I mentioned at the beginning, congratulations on this acquisition. I think maybe a lot of folks watching this might want to understand what that means for your organization, maybe, and some of the things that you see coming down the road and how this can benefit your customers or prospective customers, so people that are looking at maybe to your services to help augment what they're doing.
Sure. So first and foremost, I want to thank my channel. Like this point in time of the journey that we came to in November of last year wasn't possible without them. Like without you and your trust and your faith and the love that you showed for Solutions Granted, we would have never gotten here. So thank you very much for helping this dream become a reality. And I think for most owners and founders, they're looking for that exit, whatever it may look like. And we all hope it's not the train running us over and it's the light at the end of the tunnel that, kind of has this great, wonderful moment. And for us, it really was. We're coming up on 5 months since the acquisition took place. And what I will say is that I wanted to have something that I could be proud of. I wanted something that I could continue to build, but also something that I could be in charge of it. I wanted to affect change and affect change on a larger scale. We had a little over 1,000 MSPs that we were supporting at the time of this acquisition, well north of 250,000 devices out there that we were monitoring or managing or maintaining and keeping that ever watchful eye and helping our partners' clients sleep safe at night. What's now happened under the SonicWall name is like we went from a little over 1,000 to 17,000 partners overnight.
Wow.
We went from a North American-based organization to a global organization. And they've just given me the ability to continue to be creative, but I no longer have to think about HR issues. I mean, some, but I don't have to deal with them the same way. I don't have payroll to think about. I don't have taxes to think about. So I get all of the best parts of, being in charge of something, but not being in charge of everything and having a much bigger team supporting us. And what we've done, like in the last 4 months, we've accomplished, and we've now got a Sentinel-1 MDR offering. We've got a Windows Defender MDR offering, and we've got the SonicWall Capture Client MDR offering. And we're still continuing to do everything as a cost per seat per month with no annual commits and no minimums. And that's not changing. We're doing that globally now. And we're supporting our partners and meeting them on their journey where they're at. We're SonicWall. We have firewalls. We've got networking equipment. But we are going to continue to do our SOC services around Fortinet and Checkpoint and Palo Alto and WatchGuard and Cisco and Meraki and PFSense. And there's lots of others that I probably am not mentioning, but the list is long. And I know, no disrespect to anybody, but I'm probably forgetting somebody I probably wished I hadn't. But we're going to continue to do that. And we're not done. Like, it'll be really interesting to see what we announce here in the next 30 to 60 days as what our next MDR offering is going to look like and how we're going to continue to have this open ecosystem. And we're also actively building out our security operations center in EMEA. We've got all of these amazing partners over there, but they want their data to stay there. They want the data governance. They want the data residency. They want all of the things that they should have over there. So we've hired our SOC leader. We're in the process of hiring out a new team. Doesn't mean that we're going to be sending anything away from North America. We're going to continue to staff and stay here 24/7, 365. But for the same reasons that our North American partners want us to be here, the European partners want us to be there. And never in my wildest dreams as the CEO and founder of Solutions Granted, I think I'd have enough money, enough time, enough resources, enough help to be able to start going global like this in a really fast time. We're targeting 1 July to have this security operations center live and operational. So we're working hard, we're making changes. And, I've said that the board and the CEO of SonicWall have given me all the rope in the world that I need to hang myself and haven't put any cuffs on me. So I better do it right and, keep servicing this community and helping those that really need the help.
Wow, that sounds really exciting. So you can really focus on improving the services and expanding what you can offer. That's awesome. So if anyone wants to learn more about what's going on at SonicWall now, where should they go? Where can they find you guys?
Well, you can go to www.sonicwall.com. Great place to start. The Solutions Granted website is still up, so you can go to www.solutionsgranted.com. Send us an email, hit us up on Teams. Our phone numbers still exist. Those are all still ringing in. Our Solutions Granted emails still work. Those migrations are taking place, but none of it is going away anytime soon. Or meet us on the road.
Well, thanks for your time today, Michael. It's been a great little discussion here. If anyone has any questions about Stellar Cyber, please, obviously reach out to us. You can visit us on our website, request a demo, request a meeting with some of our security experts to see how we might be able to help you in your security journey. With that, we'll sign off today. Again, thanks for your time, Michael. Have a great day.
Thank you very much. Have a great one.